Hello everyone, I hope life is treating you kindly. I'm Lubomira and thank you for joining me today. Welcome to all my crafty friends, new and returning. I always look forward to this time of the week when we get together for some crafting fun. If you're new to my channel, I'm glad you found your way over here and I invite you to check out more of my videos. I love sharing my projects with you all and I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to spend a few crafty moments with me. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. By hitting that little bell, you'll get notified every time I post something new and you won't miss out on any of the crafty goodness. Happy November, everyone. In today's video, I'm sharing my first Dollar Tree winter holiday card, since we're moving into that part of the year very quickly. For those of you who are holiday enthusiasts like myself, I'll be sharing my annual holiday card series later this month. I hope you'll join me for that, since I look forward to it every year. Today's card, however, is a very pretty, no stamping or coloring card. It can be mass-produced, although it does need some drying time. I'm excited to share this card with you, so let's get into the video. To create this card, I used a Dollar Tree die, a rub-on transfer, and some glitter decorative cardstock. I started off by die cutting the Dollar Tree fancy corner die from a piece of white cardstock. The piece was big enough to fit the die twice. While I didn't really pay attention to where I placed the die the first time, the second time I placed it beneath the already die cut shape, flipping the position so that it mirrored it. The end result is a snowflake-like looking cutout, which I intended to use as a stencil. Now, if you want to make this stencil more durable, I'd suggest creating it out of some sort of film or plastic instead of cardstock. I taped the die-cut stencil to a white card panel using some mint tape and then placed it on an easily cleanable work surface. You've seen me use this several times before. It's just a piece of laminated cardstock. I created my own glitter paste by mixing some glitter into some white texture paste. I like using Ranger texture paste for this in the opaque matte finish, but if you already have glitter paste, you can completely bypass this. To add color, I smushed some dye ink pads next to the paste and then mixed it in to add the color. I used purple shades of Concord and 9th inks in the colors Lilac, Fig, and Grape Soda. If you didn't have various colors of inks in the same shade, you could still create a gradient by adding more or less ink of the same color to the paste. Think of it as adding food coloring to frosting. If you put in less drop, the frosting will be paler than if you put a lot of them in. The same concept can be applied here. Once I mixed the paste, I applied it to the stencil, adding the light color first and working across the stencil, making it darker as I went. Now, this design came out very pretty on its own. If you wanted to, you could just stop here to create a single layer card and it would have been lovely. All you would have to do is put a nice sentiment in the middle and call it a day. I, however, wanted to build up some dimension, so I kept going. When I was done, I removed the stencil and set the panel aside to dry. The amount of time you need to let it dry will vary depending on the medium you use and how thick you apply it. Ranger paste tends to dry quickly compared to some other products. I was able to handle the project within about 30 minutes or so. When the panel was dry, I trimmed the panel down by 1/4 inch. For the sentiment, I chose to use a Dollar Tree rub-on. I cut out a 1.5 inch circle using a circle punch for the banner and then cut out the word joy from the rub-on sheet. I would eventually put the word joy onto that circle, but first I created some of the snowflake arms. I die cut 6 of those corner dies off camera to layer up. The die is symmetrical, so I was able to glue 2 pieces together to form a squarish looking shape by flipping the 2 pieces to mirror each other and then overlapping the centers. Next, I layered 2 more pieces with an additional layer of cardstock in the usual way. Once I had my die cuts layered, I applied the rub-on to the center of my circle and ran it through my die cut machine off camera to attach it. Once it had gone through my die cut machine, I removed the protective film and revealed the attached joy to my banner. I started to create my snowflake by attaching the large squarish die cut behind the circle banner with liquid glue. I lined up the die cut similar to a compass with a point coming out of the top and bottom in each side. Next, I snipped the remainder of the 2 die cuts into 3 parts, separating each of the arms. I took 4 of those arms and glued one between each of the points on the back of my banner. By now, it started to look more like a snowflake. To create more stability and a smoother layer to add foam to later, I glued another hole punch circle to the back of the banner, sandwiching all the die-cut pieces between the front and back circle. I created a card base using some Dollar Tree glitter cardstock. I cut it down with my trimmer off camera and then attached the cardstock to a white card base using liquid glue. Once I had my card base ready, I attached the front card panel with my stenciled snowflake to the base using foam tape. Then I used some foam squares to attach the snowflake banner to the front of the card, lining it up so that the stenciled arms peeked out from behind the banner. To finish the card, I added some shine, and by some I mean a lot, by adding various sized iridescent drops along the snowflake arms. And that's it for this card. I really love how this card came out. If I were to make this card again, I think I would have used darker colors for the glitter snowflake to make it stand out more. Otherwise, I'm really happy how it all came together. I doubt anyone would have guessed this card was primarily made with Dollar Tree items. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Friends, thank you for spending some time with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did sharing it with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I encourage you to leave me those comments. They always manage to brighten my day and make me smile at the end of a very long week. I hope you'll join me next time for another project. Until then, have a fantastic week, and I hope life treats you kindly. See you soon. Bye.